Time travel, it's the stuff of science fiction, right? The kind of thing that seems too fantastical to be real. We've all seen the movies Back to the Future, Terminator, Donnie Darko. These films have shaped our imagination and our understanding of what time travel could be. But what if I told you that time travel isn't just a fantasy? It's a scientific reality, grounded in the principles of physics. We're not talking about hopping into a DeLorean and gunning it to 88 miles per hour. No flux capacitors needed here. But in a very real sense, time travel is happening all around us, all the time. It's woven into the fabric of our universe. The universe operates on principles that are stranger than fiction. These principles challenge our everyday perceptions. These principles tell us that time is not a constant, ticking away at the same rate for everyone, everywhere. It's more fluid than we ever imagined. Time, as Einstein revealed to us, is relative. His theories revolutionized our understanding of the cosmos. Think of it like this. Just as your position in space is relative to other objects, so too is your position in time. It's all interconnected. Your experience of time is unique to your journey through the universe. What does that mean? It means your personal timeline is influenced by your movement and environment. It means that depending on factors like speed and gravity, time can speed up or slow down. This phenomenon is known as time dilation. This isn't just theoretical physics, it's a measurable phenomenon. Scientists have conducted numerous experiments to prove it, and it's been demonstrated in a very real way by astronauts like Sergey Krikalov, who have experienced time differently due to their high-speed journeys through space. Sergey Krikalov is a name you might not recognize, but he's a legend in the world of space exploration. He's spent more time in space than almost anyone else, over 803 days to be exact. But Krikalov's claim to fame goes beyond his impressive endurance in the cosmos. He's also known as the first time traveler. Now, Krikalov didn't travel through time in the dramatic way we see in movies. He didn't vanish in a puff of smoke and reappear in a different century. His time travel was much more subtle, but no less real. You see, during his long stints aboard the International Space Station, orbiting the Earth at incredible speeds, Krikalov experienced a phenomenon known as time dilation. As Krikalov zipped around the planet, time for him actually moved slightly slower than it did for us down here on Earth. It's not a huge difference, just a fraction of a second, but it's a measurable difference nonetheless. And it's a difference that proves Einstein's theory of relativity to be true. This subtle shift in time, though minute, is a fascinating glimpse into the nature of our universe. It shows how the fabric of space and time is interconnected and influenced by speed and gravity. Krikalov's journey is a testament to human curiosity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. His story reminds us that even the smallest differences can have profound implications, and that in the vast expanse of space, time itself can be a traveler. To understand how time travel is possible, we must first grasp the fundamental principles that govern our universe. This journey takes us into the mind-bending world of Albert Einstein and his groundbreaking theory of relativity. Einstein revolutionized our understanding of space and time, forever changing the way we perceive the cosmos. He demonstrated that these two seemingly separate entities are actually intertwined, forming a four-dimensional fabric that he called space-time. Imagine a trampoline. This trampoline represents space-time, a vast and flexible fabric. Now place a bowling ball in the center of the trampoline. The bowling ball represents a massive object, like the Earth or the Sun. Notice how the trampoline curves around the bowling ball? That's gravity at work, warping the fabric of space-time, creating a well. Einstein realized that massive objects warp space-time, much like the bowling ball warps the trampoline, creating a gravitational pull. And just as objects rolling on the trampoline are affected by the curve created by the bowling ball, they follow the curved paths. So too are objects moving through space-time, affected by the curvature caused by massive objects, altering their trajectories. This curvature is what we experience as gravity, a force that governs the motion of planets, stars, and galaxies. Here's where it gets really interesting. Einstein's theory doesn't just tell us that gravity warps space, it also tells us that gravity warps time. The stronger the gravitational pull, the slower time moves. This phenomenon is called gravitational time dilation. Think back to our trampoline analogy. The closer you get to the bowling ball, the steeper the curve of the trampoline becomes. Similarly, the closer you are to a massive object, the stronger the gravitational pull and the slower time moves. That's why time moves slightly slower for Krikalov on the International Space Station than it did for us on Earth. He was further away from Earth's gravitational pull, so time for him was slightly less dilated. Section 5. Speeding up time, the Cosmic Treadmill. But gravity isn't the only factor that affects time. Speed also plays a role. The faster you move through space, the slower time moves for you relative to someone who is stationary. This is called velocity-time dilation. Imagine you have two identical clocks. You keep one clock on Earth and you give the other clock to an astronaut who travels into space at close to the speed of light. When the astronaut returns to Earth, you'll find that their clock shows less time has passed than the clock that stayed on Earth. The astronaut has aged slightly less than you have because time moved slower for them during their high-speed journey. They've effectively traveled into the future, albeit by a very small fraction of time. Section 6. Black holes and wormholes shortcuts through time. So far, we've been talking about relatively small-scale time dilation, fractions of a second here and there. But what about the more dramatic forms of time travel we see in science fiction? Could we ever travel years, decades, or even centuries into the future or past? Some scientists believe that the key to unlocking large-scale time travel might lie in the most extreme objects in the universe: black holes and wormholes. Black holes are regions of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. Wormholes, on the other hand, are theoretical tunnels that connect two different points in space-time. These tunnels could potentially act as shortcuts, allowing us to travel vast distances across the universe or even travel through time. Section 7. The Cryogenic Dream, Suspended Animation and Time Travel. Another intriguing avenue for potential time travel lies in the realm of biology cryonics. Cryonics is the practice of preserving human bodies at extremely low temperatures with the hope of one day reviving them. The idea is that if we can successfully freeze and then reanimate a human being, we could essentially pause their biological clock. They could be revived decades or even centuries in the future, effectively traveling through time to a world vastly different from the one they left behind. However, cryonics is still in its early stages, and there are many challenges that need to be overcome. The biggest challenge is ensuring that the freezing process doesn't cause irreversible damage to the body's cells and tissues. Section 8. Time travelers among us. The idea of time travel has captivated the human imagination for centuries. Long before Einstein's theories, people speculated about the possibility of bending time and visiting other eras. Stories of time travelers abound in mythology, folklore, and even modern-day accounts. There have been numerous reports throughout history of mysterious individuals appearing seemingly out of nowhere, possessing knowledge or technology that seemed far ahead of their time. These enigmatic figures are often dubbed chrononauts or time travelers. While most of these accounts can be attributed to misinterpretations, hoaxes, or the human tendency to embellish stories, they nonetheless speak to our enduring fascination with the possibility of time travel. Section 9. Krikalov's Legacy, A Glimpse into the Future. Sergey Krikalov's experience aboard the International Space Station serves as a powerful reminder that time travel isn't just a fictional concept, it's a real phenomenon that occurs as a consequence of the fundamental laws of physics. While Krikalov's time jump may have been minuscule, it represents a profound truth about the nature of reality. His journey highlights the fact that we are not passive observers of time. We are active participants in its flow. Our movements through space, our proximity to massive objects, and even our speed relative to others all influence our personal experience of time. Section 10. The Limits of Time Travel, Challenges and Possibilities. Despite the tantalizing possibilities, time travel, as we currently understand it, comes with significant limitations. For one, we haven't figured out how to manipulate space-time in a way that would allow for the kind of large-scale time jumps we see in movies. The challenges are immense and might even be insurmountable. We're talking about bending the very fabric of the universe, a task that would require unimaginable amounts of energy. And even if we could overcome the technological hurdles, there are the paradoxes to consider. The grandfather paradox being the most famous. If you could travel back in time and prevent your grandfather from meeting your grandmother, would you cease to exist? Such paradoxes highlight the potential logical inconsistencies inherent in time travel. Section 11. Conclusion. The undiscovered country of time. Time travel remains one of the most intriguing and perplexing concepts in all of science. While we've made significant strides in understanding the nature of time and its relationship to space, we're still a long way from hopping into a time machine and visiting the dinosaurs. But that doesn't mean we should stop exploring the possibilities. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of the universe, who knows what incredible discoveries await us? The journey through time has just begun.